Oh, no, Robert Secretary is my name. First of all, I can disclaim myself from talking on behalf of Parliament. I'm talking as an individual, as a registrator, and someone who went to law school. The challenging bit with Mr. President, for him, he wants things to be done his way, which is not. The court must be independent. The independence of judiciary means that whatever they have ruled or they have judged, we just go by that. If you have a reason to appeal, you appeal. If you have nothing, you rest your case. To my dismay, why is so pushing much on the issue of military court? Because if Supreme Court has ruled, this one is a subordinate court to Supreme Court. So what is his interest? So because for him is pushing something to go his way, he wants the Attorney General to push that one very fast. To me, I have many questions there. Why of all military courts? Two, is it driving us in the way that the judiciary can take his wishes in that they deny people bail, police can deny people all citizen bond, or even on allegations. Now we have many pending judgments where the government has an alternative, like electoral reforms. Since then, nothing has ever been done. It has never pushed it so. Then why now? Two, the Inspector General of Government has stated that they should come up with a law where we can confiscate the property of those people who have taken taxpayers' money. He has never responded on the same. There are many things. People who are doing haphazard work, he has never come with that. People who have taken a lot of our mistreated Ugandans, he's just looking on. Now he's coming up like because he wants that military court to be a cave of his interests. And I totally disagree with him because his pushes should be focusing on the interests of Ugandans, not his interests. No, of course, his interest is to put those people who are challenging him on that side. Because these other courts can just one day or the other stand on independent grounds. But for him, he just wants there where he has superior orders that now he has stated so, we need to apply. So now for his agenda is to suffocate politicians, not because people who can just tell people that you deny bail or bond to people who have maybe found guilty or not even guilty of coffee, animals. Is relating us to Karachuna. So why not something else? Because here politics for Mr. Museveni'S agenda is the first item. So whichever he does is in a political interest, not for good of Ugandans. There are many challenging things in Ugandans' way of living, but he turned a deaf ear. Now for his political agenda is pushing Attorney General. We don't need an amendment because for what? For what? An amendment for what? The Supreme Court, the hierarchy of courts are already highlighted. Even this very court is talking about is not that court which is for civilians. Everyone is aware. It's a military court. So why do you take a civilian there? So because he has been doing fictitious things, now we think, but this time Ugandans, even judges, however much they do something in his favor, time will come for them also to face the same. And I'm happy that they are denoted that for him is trying to suffocate these other courts and the military courts take precedent. If the judges are now aware of that, I appreciate their effort and initiative, and they should maintain the status quo.
President Museveni knows all along that he has been doing a very wrong thing. So he's trying to cover up his mess by pushing his Attorney General. The Attorney General should also tell him that there is a constitutional provision which do not allow members of parliament to amend or alter a court judgment. So as he's hurrying to push constitutional amendments, we also have that provision. The way we have a provision which deters members of parliament from adjusting the budget to have a charge on the consolidated fund, is the way we have another bar against us not to adjust a court judgment. And this matter is a Supreme Court judgment where 7 justices sat. Those are highly respected land men and women of this land. No, that is a perspective. That he just wants to have his way. But Honorable Winnie Dolo is the one who saved him in one of the presidential petitions. He was his lawyer. Why did he say, this is a foreign-oriented lawyer, I will not even hire him? I will not even hire him. He hired him. He won for him a presidential petition against him, or the one where almost Besigye took him. Now the same lawyer has raised the bar and said court martial, the existence of court martial is illegal. The trial of civilians in the court martial is illegal. Is illegal. And then he should swallow his pie. As simple as that. And the country will run as that. Let him try his military men, because they volunteered to go in UPDF. I am not in UPDF. Why should you take me to the court martial to do what? In other jurisdictions, we do not have that provision. Actually, we should completely abolish court martial, because it does not follow the procedures of law. It does not. How can you have a summary trial of a murder case in 1 hour? There is a man, there are people who I think in Karamoja, I can quote that one. There are people who met a priest and they were accused of murdering a priest. They were executed. They were tried in 1 hour and executed. That one has never happened. How can you try a murder case where you have to establish 4 ingredients of murder in 1 hour? How can that happen? That's a miscarriage of justice. Total miscarriage of justice. So, I am glad I am here.
I don't know whether Museveni was well briefed. I don't know whether he made those comments after reading the judgment, because his comments tantamount to an attack on the people of Uganda, an attack on the principle of separation of powers. You can't say this country does not belong to judges. This country actually belongs to the judges. It belongs to the judiciary. It belongs to the legislature. It belongs to the executive, to the people of Uganda. So you just can't say they are not in charge. No, they're actually in charge. The 3 arms of government are in charge of this country. So for him to speak that way was ill-advised, if he was, and it is a shame. But 2, it is now Museveni versus the Constitution. It is now Museveni versus Uganda. That Ugandans who are for the Constitution are now in court with Museveni on how to govern this country, which is really a shame. But above all, that his position cannot stand, because Article 92 of the Constitution cannot allow us to make any legislation against a decision of court. We cannot. We cannot be seen to legislate against a decision of court, against a ruling of court. It is not acceptable as per Article 92 of the Constitution, because the framers of the 1995 Constitution saw a time coming when people like Museveni would want to go against the judiciary by using one arm of government, and so they put measures so that you cannot use the parliament against the judiciary, or the judiciary against the government, and that's why these institutions are independent. So the doctrine of separation of powers is that powerful that one arm cannot be used against the other.
First of all, we accept the ruling of the Supreme Court, because that is their mandate, that's their jurisdiction. When, as per the President's communication, if an amendment is brought in the Parliament for consideration, we shall handle it, we shall process it to ensure that the court-martial is formalized, and it can also have the human resource that have a background in the law and can be able to handle court matters. I think that lacuna, if it can be resolved, I don't see anything wrong with the court-martial handling serious criminal cases that can affect the peace and stability of this country.
As it is now, do you think it should continue operating the way it has been, or it should first respect the court judgment?
No, as it is now, the Supreme Court has decided on the matter, and we have to go by that because we respect we respect the courts of law and the rule of law. We are various organs of government, and each organ of government has got its own mandate.
The president, in his first statement, like he never appreciated the decisions of the Constitutional Court, the decision made by the Chief Justice. Actually said that was a misplaced decision, a wrong decision. You know, an elder can miss a target by, when he throws a stone, he can miss a target. But he cannot miss a target with the power of his tongue. And now what do I mean? By saying that the Attorney General should now come with the review or with the amendment of the Constitution, it means he has realized that in his first statement, by condemning the decision of the court, he realized that he made a mistake. And after realizing that he made a mistake, he said, let the Attorney General go and then look at the amendments of the of the Constitution. This Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, the 1995 Constitution, it was not made on stone. It was made on papers. It means can be amended. There has been piecemeal amendment of the Constitution. We need now a comprehensive amendment of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. The issue of the term limits, we have been crying, we have been making this appeal. Different members of parliament in the 9th parliament, in the 10th parliament, now even in the 11th parliament, even the 6th and the rest, they have been asking, they have been requesting, they have been trying to move motions for the amendment of the Constitution. You recall the Honorable, the former leader of opposition, the Matthias Mpoga, the Right Honorable Matthias Mpoga. He has been asking for the amendment of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. But it is like Parliament was so hesitant because the President seems to be the law himself. He is the law. So people need to, the Speaker and the presiding officer, I think they feel like the President is not ready for the amendment of the Constitution. And now that he has opened the lid, now that he has spoken, now that he has directed the Attorney General that the Constitution, this Constitution be amended, I think it is incumbent now of this 11th Parliament to make an historical move, and then we look at a comprehensive amendment of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And the time is now. There will never be any better time. So since now it has been made official by the Fountain of Honor, I think we are waiting to see what kind of amendment is the Attorney General going to bring. Is it a piecemeal kind of amendment, say on the issue of the General Court Martial, or will bring a comprehensive? We are waiting to see. But in my view, we need a comprehensive amendment of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. Thank you.
Right now, there's
Why the amendment of the UPDF Act? They did not foresee the circumstances which led to the decision of the court or removing the what do you call it, the court martial trying civilian, okay, the trial of civilian in the general court martial. The mover of that motion did not foresee that. But I think now that they have also realized they can add on. But since that was already that is already a bill in Parliament, it cannot be changed. The Attorney General must come up with a bill, and that motion or that motion can be incorporated into the what? Into the new motion of the Attorney General. Otherwise, since that one was already moved as a private, rather as a government bill, it cannot actually incorporate the new amendment made by the general, by the Court of Appeal.
Thank you very much.